believe, is that success for you, balance? And what does that look like in your real life?
It's funny. I think from the outside, things always appear a lot easier than they actually are. And I would say almost every day of my life, like probably many women in here who might be working moms, you get asked a lot, how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? And, my answer to that is I'm still figuring it out every day. I think to me, the definition of success when it comes to balance is, can you excel? Can you be great in both of those areas? Can you be a great hands-on mom and still succeed and not neglect your career, and vice versa? Yeah. And so to me, that would be the measure of success. Yeah. So far, my son is telling me I'm a great mom. He's glued to my body. Yeah. And in my career, I can't get enough of it. It's like I love it so much, but to be honest, I think in the balance of it all, I think it's approaching it differently than I used to. Yeah. I think my career used to define me. It used to be all that I knew and all that I am and all that I ever thought I could be. And then all of a sudden, when the mom element is added, things are different and your time is different and everything is different. But priorities, in this strange way, I approach my business in a much healthier way.
Is that right?
A much healthier way. Yeah. Absolutely, because you're forced to prioritize. Yeah. And it's not that it's any less important. It's just you handle things differently. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. One of the interesting things in the study is that, and these are women who do not have kids yet, they are stating that they don't think that their career is going to be impacted by having a kid. And to be honest with you, I kind of thought that before I had a 2.5-year-old. I'm like, I can do this all.
Oh, see, I was the reverse of you. I was like, I can't do both.
You had a realistic sense. Yeah.
I was, that's why I waited so long. Because I was like, I don't have time. I don't even have time to shower on most days. How am I going to do this? Yes. But what's funny is you don't realize how strong you are until you have to be strong. And you don't realize how good every woman in this room is at multitasking and prioritizing and everything else, until you have to do it. Yeah.
The self-judgment that goes on around new motherhood, and can I still do it all, being really more, can I still do it the way that I used to? And you don't have to do it the way that you used to. You can do whatever way you need to figure it out to get it done now.
A life-altering, changing decision that we're like, this is a make or break, or I am going to fail for the rest of my life, whether it was like a shoe for a client and a dress, or it was like, anything that, and I don't mean to belittle it, I just mean, I think that it just changed. Now it's like, okay, is my son healthy? Is my, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden you just have this different approach that just, I'm happy. I'm literally happy all the time. It's like a happy pill. Yeah. And you get tired, but like, it is what it is. We're always tired. Yeah. But I think it's a good, healthy tired. Yeah. But they feel this guilt. Like, if I leave, am I a bad mother? Like if I go on a business trip, or if I leave today, if I'm not at parent-teacher night, does that make me a bad mother? Yeah. And I think the answer to any of those things are no. You have to do what you can. And I think ultimately your child or your nephew or your niece will look up to you for, and they don't know it now. Yeah. But later they'll be like, wow, she was so cool. Like, she worked so hard to like give me this life or these things, or whatever, or to do something for herself. You know, I think that's the inspiring part.
We had a panelist earlier this year in New York, Geraldine Laybourne, and she, I'll give her credit with coining the phrase promiscuous mentoring. And it was sort of this concept, right, that you can be mentored by a lot of different people, even if you've only had one interaction with them, or if they've, they're somebody who's out there that you admire. I've never met Michelle Obama, but heck yeah, I admire her. I think she's amazing.
I haven't met her either.
Yeah, no, I worship her. Exactly. So I think that's where, we think about mentorship as these kind of long-term one-to-one relationships, and they really don't always have to be that way. And so I think if we look in our lives, we probably have a really long list of mentors and role models. And then if you really can internalize that and think about what you're giving back to other women and to girls in the community, and thinking about mentorship and role modeling that way, that just by any interaction it can be a mentorship moment. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Although conceptually it is what we live and do and has really been the foundation of our success, it is mentorship. mentorship, but sometimes the term itself has this feeling of absolute, you know, I'm going to be responsible for her now.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Diane
It's scary.
Gerstenberg actually knows that
Yeah,
she's my mentor.
exactly.
I mean, I've told her, but she's given me the most extraordinary advice. She's a mother, she's a grandmother, she's the most effortlessly glamorous woman I've ever known.
Yeah.
And I think when you have
We'd like to know her
that,
too.
you're like,
Yes.
listen, she's for real.
I read your post that just launched yesterday, this morning, and you will be inspired. You will be motivated. And one of my favorite takeaways was just the, you know that, you know, it's just everything that you said is just true. So could you please just read that? I'm still a little bit unsure.
My favorite one was, okay, read it.
Yeah, no, it was
Thank
just,
you.
that you're not going to
You're so
please
sweet.
everyone is
You'll
what
never
I
please
think
everybody.
that's the point that I took away. Because at the end of the day, you're right, you're not going to please everyone.
But you can try. You can try.
And
but
kill
it's-
yourself trying.
Yeah,
Or,
and I think that's a little bit of that kind of healthier approach to life, to your job and things, is you can't please everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Okay, so thank you all for coming, and I hope you've enjoyed our first ever